Oh my god, it's been ages. It feels like it's been ages at least. We are so incredibly back. Yeah, I've got two little creatures back with me, summoned from the depths. Let's switch over to the screen and I'll introduce them again. I like this form. It's freeing.
It's freeing, and you're literally a puppet.
Yeah.
The least free creature there is.
With me, I have the lovely Sam. Say hi, Sam. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Hey,
And I have the amazing Ashley. It's so great to have you back. How you doing, Ashley?
Okay. I had a very eventful week.
Yeah? Want to talk about
I
it?
got married.
Mm-hmm.
I am almost moving apartments. I'm going on a date, and I almost went to hospital. And 2 of those stories are true.
I think the
Wait, what about
burritos
you?
could be quite fun to do.
The first time
Which
I ever
ones
got
too?
stopped by the police was because I made a burrito.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it while driving.
No, I was like, I think I was like 14, 15, and I had like cooking classes in the last period, and we made like Mexican burrito like shit, and it was completely wrapped in tinfoil, and because I overstuffed it because I like overstuffed burritos, I was basically just sitting on a park bench on my way home with just this large thing that was wrapped in smooth tinfoil, which a lot of the time is how you transport cocaine. So the police stopped me and were like, "What do you got there?" And I just went, "Burrito." And they were like,
You were the literal embodiment of the, what you got there? Burrito?
"Yeah." And they were like, "Can you unwrap it for us?" And I just went, "But then all the filling will fall out." And they sort of realized I'm just autistic and let me go. So I think I could have been a pretty good coke dealer.
So you
Yeah.
start with a wok, you put it on the hob, you put rice in the wok to stir fry it. You take beef, you slice it, put that in the wok with the rice. Cook that again so that it's all ready, and then pick it up in one of these, a tortilla. And then you can wrap it, and then wrap it in foil. You can wrap it on the foil wrapping stick. So you basically just need to interact with it twice. You then put it in a basket and serve it.
Nice.
Did you get any of that?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
We'll finish this day, and then Ashley can tell the story about how she almost died and worried the shit out of a lot of people.
Actually, you can just put the rice back in the bag, right? If you haven't used it.
But I've touched it, and it's gross. It's got my
It's in a
fingies all
bowl.
over it.
You can see the
No,
bowl.
I was
and
sticking
pick it
my
up.
finger in there.
Please do not.
I specifically put my finger in it.
One of my favorite ways to eat rice is to like lick my finger and just stick it in there and then sort of
Okay.
suck it off like a little.
You suck it off?
Yeah.
What?
Should I tell the story of how I almost died now?
Go for it.
The funny thing is, I don't think it's a bit. I know it's a bit sometimes to be like, haha, I almost died. But like, this wasn't a bit, unfortunately. I had a good time. I scared the shit out of Sam, but I had a great time. Okay, so during our like break between season 1 and 2, me and Sam traveled a distance to go hang out with Gwen in person. I'm not gonna say the town, obviously. But we traveled quite a ways away. For me, it was a 2.5 hour long train journey. On the last day, the plan was we had to wake up at about 9, 10 a.m., check out of our hotel, and then we were going to kind of just like waddle around for a while. We were going to go get Sam a tattoo, do all sorts of stuff. So, that didn't go to plan. So around like 5 a.m., I wake up because I'm having severe stomach pains. And I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is. I just need to go throw up. So I go in the bathroom and I kind of sit on the floor for a while. And after about 10 minutes, I eventually throw up. The pain doesn't go away. It gets worse. It gets way worse to the point that I started crying and I had to call for Sam to help me. I don't know what Sam's perspective was. I opened the bathroom door and she was standing there. It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
My perspective on this, as you asked for it, is I was asleep.
Yeah, you were sleeping in the room like next to us. You just didn't give a shit about any of this happening.
I kind of just woke up hearing pain.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'll be quieter next time.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
die
just
quietly.
Keep to yourself.
So I had to get Sam to help, and I was like, dude, I don't feel good, like at all. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we hung out for a while, and I sort of went on a back and forth of sort of puking on and off. This went on until about, I think, 8 a.m. And Gwen ends up waking up, and Sam informs her of what's going on. And Gwen is like, okay, Ashley, update. And I'm like, every time I drink water, I immediately vomit a lot. And she's like, okay, that's not okay. Have you
I think my
called,
response was
like...
999 now. 999 is the emergency number for the.
So we call up the non-emergency line, or at least Sam calls. At this point, I'd like to mention I was in so much pain I couldn't stand. So I was lying on the floor face down, just sort of preparing for death, I guess.
I think you were out the other side of death.
Yeah, clearly. I made it through. I did it, guys. We need patient's information so we can look up their data. Yeah. Assume best of planking, exactly. They asked for my info, and so they search up my name, and on my medical records, I'm marked as female, because that's my gender identity.
Speaking of hydration, the thing that made me say call 999 now was actually said every time I drink water, it comes straight back up. That is like not good information. Number one on the top of the list: go to hospital. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200. Straight to hospital.
Yeah, I was basically just yo-yoing liquids for a while.
Which I could let you know a secret here.
Yeah.
Your human body is not supposed to do that.
So they were kind of useless. They kept asking me repeatedly if I'm pregnant. And they were like, are you currently pregnant? No. Have you been pregnant? No. Is there any chance you could be pregnant? And it got to the point that I literally screamed at one point, bro, I have a cock, this ain't gonna happen. Because I was so frustrated with them not listening to me. Then we called 999 because the vomiting got worse. And the guy was like, can you go to your GP? Which for any Americans is a family doctor, and I wouldn't be able to see them until like a week later. And they were like, go get a GP appointment right now and speak to your GP in the morning as soon as they open. And I was like, I am in so much pain, I can't move, and you're telling me to see my GP? Are you serious? And so it took a lot of crying and arguing, but eventually they sent paramedics to where we were. Before the paramedics arrived, I thought that Sam wasn't traumatized enough, so I decided to scare the shit out of her one more time. Which was, I went to the bathroom and vomited bright green liquid. Which Sam immediately Googled and found out that wasn't a good thing. Radiation, yeah, I puked pure radiation. Turned into a special infected from Left 4 Dead 2. But yeah, the paramedics arrived. And I want to say, one of them who was doing most of the checks, she had a badge on that said, like, in training.
Yeah.
And I mean this in not a mean way. I could tell, because every single time she had to do anything, she like, whispered under her breath, I'm so sorry, I'm trying my best.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
It was so cute. So at one point they had to put, like... So I had my heart checked, they checked my blood pressure a couple times, they checked my, what is it? They checked if I had, diabetes, which I don't, yippee. At one point, they had to do a full, like, biopsy of my body, I guess, and, like, my functions. So they put these, like, sticky scanners on me. One went on my stomach, another one on my arm, and two of them went under my boobs. And they were like to her explaining where to put them, and they were like, okay, you're gonna need to put it under her breast. And so she comes in, and she was doing literally everything not to touch my boob. And she kept apologizing every time she like softly lifted it. She's like, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to touch you like this. To the point that like I looked her in the eye and I was just like, please, just touch me wherever. I don't care. I just want to know what's wrong with me. Now, the thrilling conclusion, what was wrong with Ashley? The answer is we have literally no idea. They went through a checklist of what could possibly be wrong with me. One of them was they were like, maybe you have gallbladder stones because we're seeing a lot of Monster Energy around, and a lot of young people who drink a lot of Monster are developing gallbladder stones. So could it be that? I then point at Sam, the motherfucker who is sitting in the corner on her phone, and I'm like, yeah, no, those are hers. And then they go to Sam, they were like, oh, how do you feel? And Sam goes, I feel fine. Like, immediately. So, like, what the fuck?
Absolute fucking creature.
But yeah, then they told me that I had two choices. The first choice was go home and speak to my GP if it gets worse. The second choice was get dressed and go to the hospital to get an endoscopy, which is when they shove a camera down your throat to look at your stomach, and also get a CT scan of my chest to see what's wrong with me. At this point, me and Sam went to bed at I think like 2 a.m, so I was running on less than 3 hours of sleep. Because I didn't fall asleep till like close to 3 a.m. And as much as a ride in the ambulance sounded very exciting, I didn't particularly want that. So I went to sleep, and I don't remember a whole lot of what happened after this. All I remember is Sam talking to like the head paramedic about stuff and like writing a bunch of stuff down on her phone. Sam then just goes to me and she's like, just stay here. I fell asleep for I don't know how long. And I woke up with Sam handing me a bag which had a loaf of bread and like more pills than I think you're legally allowed to purchase. And it took me 2 hours to get home. I went home and I just felt like a zombie for 2 days. And to this day, we still don't know what's wrong with me. And I have only puked once since. Hello, people from the edit who fast forwarded. I'm going on a date later this month, and I was talking to the girl I'm going on a date with, and I was like, you want to go to a restaurant and get food? And she was like, hell yeah. And then I immediately had to Google, what the fuck is food?
You're an absolute fucking creature, you know that.
She was like talking to me, and she was like, are you okay? You're sweating a lot. And I'm like, I'm fine. While like frantically browsing the Wikipedia for food. I'm like, humans need it for sustenance. I like how we got a thing for more patience, and all it's done is make you less patient.
They're not in the spirit of eat and fuck off.
Sam, bonjour, welcome to French Restaurant, we make burrito.
I hate this job.
I hate this job, I want a 2-hour lunch break. They do not understand that I need my smoke break. Sam, look, I am just like Jesus. I perform miracle. I turn water into wine. I pour out a cup of water. I put in wine.
I wish I
keep that wine on me.
I wish I was better at French so that I could just on the fly just translate eat and fuck off into French, but I just can't. Mange a is as far as I can get.
Manger, fuck off.
Sam, I did it. I have got us a new bottle of wine. I got this from my favorite restaurant, Tesco. That's not a restaurant. Fuck.
It is my favorite restaurant.
Did I tell the Thanksgiving story on stream yet?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, one time I was in America and we were having like, I was in there like over Thanksgiving, and it was my first time ever experiencing an American Thanksgiving. Very strange. Americans are very weird. It's basically just Christmas without the gifts. It's so odd. Bless you.
Thank you.
But But yeah, we were having Thanksgiving, and they were like talking about British cuisine, and they were like, "Wow, you guys eat things like jellied eels, ew, and all this other shit." And I was just like, "Yeah, but Americans eat soggy bread that's been rammed up a turkey's asshole." And then everyone just went completely silent, and we all just kind of finished the meal in total silence.
Americans invented green bean casserole. They cannot talk.
Yeah. Asshole bread. And then me and my ex went down to like the basement room where we were staying and just sat in silence. And then she just went, "You want to watch Zootopia?" And I went, "Kinda." And then we watched Zootopia. And that was the first and only Thanksgiving I've ever experienced. I remember when I've talked about how when I was a kid, I was made to go to church, and people were just like, "Oh my god, you were forced to go to church?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was 6. I was forced to go everywhere." I didn't get to stand up and be like, "No, mother, I shall not be a part of the religious institution. I have decided I am going my own way." Like, no, I was forced to go everywhere. If my mother was like, "Hey, kiddo, we're going to Legoland," I'd be like, "Wow." And if she was like, "Hey, kiddo, we're going to fucking IKEA, fuck you," I'd be like, "Wow." I was 6. I didn't get a say in the matter.
IKEA was great though. IKEA is a great place to take a 6-year-old.
I actually have some IKEA lore.
Of course you do.
One of my earliest memories is going to IKEA, and as a reward for behaving well, quote unquote, I was given a IKEA plushie, which was a dark blue rabbit.
Ooh, that sounds
And
really
it
nice.
was my comfort. It was my comfort toy for pretty much my entire life, right?
Right.
Then I moved to this apartment, and I started unpacking my plushies, and that one, the rabbit from my IKEA wasn't there.
Oh.
And I asked my mother, and she was like, "Oh, there's a chance it got donated to a charity shop amongst like the other ones." So, I lost my comfort toy from my childhood.
That's
I'm a
really
reveal.
sad.
So then I went on eBay,
Hmm.
and I found the exact same one on auction for £40. And I messaged the seller, and I was like, "Hey, I know you're doing an auction, but I lost this in a move. It meant a lot to me. Can I please purchase this from you?" And she went, "If you send me a bid, I will immediately close it, and you can have it." And then she also gave it to me for a £15 discount. So I have the fucking rabbit back. It's
Hell
on
yeah.
my bed, and I'm currently pointing at it. You can't see it, but there's a picture of it on the screen in the edit.
Fuck yeah.
Weaponized autism. I will not be separated from me and my fucking creature. I had a Garfield backpack, because of course I did, when I was about 7. No, I was younger than that. I think I was about 4. My first time ever on a train, I dropped it, and we never got it back.
Oh.
And I vividly, fully remember what this backpack looks like. And in 2020, I found it on Etsy, being sold by like a vintage seller.
Do you reckon it was the same one?
I don't think it was the same one. No, that one was in probably better condition than being dropped. But it was literally dropped like on the tracks.
Oh
from what I
shit,
remember.
on the tracks.
Yeah, it was gone. The problem is, the bag was like $40, and the shipping was 90. So I just couldn't justify it to myself, and to this day, I have never seen it since.
As I've previously stated, with the actual there is a 50-50 chance that you get like a charming. You either get like with Ashley stories, you either get like I met the cast of Friends and they were lovely, and or you get my mother beat me in a basement with an iron rod until I was 7. There is no in between.
When we're at a bar with like Gwen and a bunch of like her friends and shit, and like people were meeting, and at one point, like, I was talking about, like, how I have a story for everything, and Gwen walks over and she's just like, yeah, Ashley is either going to tell you the happiest thing ever, or something really depressing about her childhood. And I was like, what do you mean? I had a really decent childhood. I mean, I got hit a few times, but, like, aside from that, it was fine. Like, Gwen was like, do you see what I fucking mean? Sam, what would you do if you acquired a haunted doll, and, like, it doesn't really show that it's haunted in the beginning, but each night it like moves to a different position, and then one day you sort of decide to get an exorcist, and they come in and they like spray holy water on the door, and they're like, oh, this doll will be haunted, and then you're like, oh nah, fucking, it's my friend. And then one day the doll like comes to life, and you scream, and it's like, yo, buddy, calm down, I'm your friend. What would you say to it? Yeah, we'll do some roleplay. Like, talk to the doll. I'll reply.
I mean, if I ever get a haunted doll, I'm gonna try and be its friend.
How?
I mean,
do you like playing Fortnite? You want to crank some 90s with me? We can be buddies. Like,
if I see a doll continuously goes to the same place, I'm just gonna, like, leave the door open for it, or, like, help it get to where it wants to go.
Help it get where it wants to... You, like, put your hand on its hips and you just lift it.
Up here?
You hold it by its fucking arms, you spin it in a circle. Sam, what would you do if, like, one day you're sitting there and, like, the two of you are just sitting on a field, in a field, not on the field. I don't know how you sit on a field. How do you sit on a field?
Just hover above it.
Okay, you and your haunted doll hovering because it's also a Jedi. And it's like, hey, Sam. And you're like, yeah. And it slowly, like, leans its hand over and it's like, I've developed feelings for you. And it, like, slowly strokes your cheek with its, like, porcelain doll hand that fingers can't fucking move. And it just goes, I want to know how you feel about me, Sam. What would you say?
Actually, have you watched Chucky recently or something?
No, but Sam has been playing a lot of Chucky in Dead by Daylight, so it's on the brain. Also, no, I want to mention, Tiger was the one who asked this question, so I'm just... No, it was Helio. Helio asked this question, so I'm just going with the bit. Helio once paid me to draw a penis with a top hat on, and it came with the weirdest note I've ever received, because I sent them the line art, and they replied, this is excellent. Could you make it more circumcised? Sure. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Sam, what would you do? Like, the puppet, it leans out, it, like, strokes your cheek, and it's like, I have feelings for you, Sam. Do you feel the same about me?
I think I would have to turn down the cursed puppet.
No, Sam, don't just say what you think. Just speak to the doll. The doll's listening. Speak to her.
It needed a bigger head.
Sorry,
what?
Jeremy, the cursed puppet. I can't do this. I'm not ready for a relationship.
Are you serious? After all we've been through, you took me in the shower. You waterboarded me. I thought that was a sign of love. I've watched you sleep for eons.
I haven't been alive for eons.
That's what you think. Hey, talk about waterboarding. Should we share the story about Sam always waterboarding me?
You decided to get waterboarded.
That's not like victim blaming. Alright, for anyone who is not aware, my hair is currently purple. And the reason why is because me and Sam, when we were in Gwen's town, Gwen still, like, went to work and shit, so we had a lot of time to just perform nefarious activities, such as getting drunk and playing Happy Gilmore, the video game.
On someone else's
I think
Netflix.
we need to share... Yeah, through Netflix.
Through someone else's
Sam's
Netflix. Oh, was it?
No, it was,
It was my Netflix. We stole other people's other things.
Hang on. For the sake of this story, should I start at the beginning and just talk about like me and Sam's hotel adventures? All right. Day 1 in the hotel.
Day 1 in
Gwen
the Big Brother
leaves.
Hotel.
Gwen left us around like I think 11, to go home, eat dinner, and like do that shit. So me and Sam were like winding down for the night, and we were like, "Hey, you want to watch a movie?" So we go through the options, and there's Netflix. Someone had left their account logged in. So we tried logging in, and it was like, "Hey, you appear to be in the wrong household, bucko. Do you want to request a code?" And I was like, "Request a code." So I pressed the button as many times as it would let me, which is about 30. And I kept getting a notification that it was sending an email each time to the person. So some poor woman in Poland received a lot of emails from me asking if I could access her Netflix. We went walking and we scouted for food, and we found a Oriental market. Sam, would you like to say what we found and explain it from your perspective? Sam, I'm giving you the reins. Can you please tell the story of what happened from your perspective in the night?
So, we went to this market and actually found this thing called soju. I've
Yum.
vaguely heard of soju before, but I didn't know what it was. So we had a look at it, and it said it was about like 8% ABV. I was like, oh, that's just like wine. That's a small bottle. We could probably have one of those each. Should be happily drunk, but not too far gone. It's only when Ashley reached the halfway point of the bottle and I realised she was absolutely pissed that soju just kind of ignores whatever laws. And even though it says it's 8% ABV, this 300ml bottle was like 20 units of alcohol.
Sam, you say I was absolutely pissed. Could you please explain to me what it was from your perspective, what I was doing?
So, Ashley was holding onto the soju and staring at it as if she was Gollum holding the ring.
No, that was later. That wasn't when I was drunk. I'm talking about when I was drunk.
Oh, whilst you were drunk, whenever you needed to go to the toilet, you would fall over at least 5 times between your bed and the 5 meters to the toilet.
My favourite part is I remember, the only part that I remember is falling over and fucking smashing my shoulder into the floor, and it made a loud bang, and you were like, "Holy fuck, are you okay?" And I stood up and I was like, "I'm fine," and then immediately fell over and did it again. I think the dumbest thing that happened when I was fucked up on soju the second time is I was like, "Yo, you know what's a great decision? Telling a girl I'm into I like her." Don't recommend doing that. We'll do it, actually. It worked out for me. But, like, maybe make sure that, like, you know, I had liquid courage.
But,
I planned to before.
drank the soju afterwards.
Yeah, true. I drank it because I was anxious.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Reluctantly Stubborn does not endorse any of the actions by Ashlow.
I was so sure we were
Please
not going
drink
to make it through that day.
responsibly and only enjoy alcoholic beverages if you are over the age of 18 or 21 in some provinces. For anyone who doesn't know, I am 5'8". Sam is around 6'3". She is very
I'm 6
tall.
foot.
She's 6 foot, and she used to play rugby, a lot as a teenager. So she is built like a brick shithouse. And it became a rolling joke whenever we'd go and hang out with a friend of ours called Laurie, that Sam would just pick me up because Laurie found it hilarious and also said that whenever I got put down, I looked like a baby deer who had never walked before. I don't know why she said that. I don't know what I was doing that gave that impression.
You would stumble every time I put you down.
Yeah. Anyway, at one point, yeah, Sam really is a lady knight. So at one point, Sam, like, bridal carried me. And I don't know how she did it, but instead of just putting her hands under my legs, she full force punched me in the nuts.
I feel really bad about it.
I think it was hilarious.
You used to play, what was it, fucking Slap and Tickle?
No, we can't share that story yet. Hang on, let me finish this anecdote and then we'll share that bit. So the thing is Sam punched me full force in the balls. And then I get her to put me down and I like kneel over in pain and Gwen just goes, you know, I knew Sam hit you in the nuts before you said it. And I was like, how? And she's like, because your voice went really high pitched.
It actually did.
I did not know that. Anyway, Sam, can you go ahead and tell us about your childhood game? Can you present it the same way you did when we were playing DVD the other night?
Did you lot ever play Nut Tap?
No, I did not. Chat, did any of you ever play Nut Tap?
You guys ever
Does
play
Cat know
Nut
what
Tap?
Nut Tap is?
Sam, please explain to us the rules of Nut Tap.
The rules of Nut Tap are, you hit someone in the nuts.
Uh-huh.
That is it. They may retaliate.
Why
They
are you
may
telling
not.
me to? Oh yeah, I played Nut Tap. Just did my childhood game. I met my husband playing Nut Tap.
And yeah, generally people would try and sneak up on you so they could stealthily nut tap you.
That sounds a bit gay.
It does.
Ah yes, this classic childhood game
which-
of physical and sexual assault.
Yeah.
But like,
A
that's
classic,
really
a
gay.
classic,
Of,
really.
like, let me touch your genitals. What?
Well, it was specifically to inflict pain, so
It's still touching of genitals.
yeah.
Gwen punched me within like an hour of me arriving in her town and us like all meeting up and hugging. We went out for dinner and I said 6'7" as a bit to Sam. Gwen spun around and just punched me in the arm, like full force, and then just fucking went back to what she was doing.
For the record, that was not full force.
Oh god. I don't want to know what full force is then, because that hurt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'm teasing you.
See.
Hey, I just realized we never finished the story about Sam waterboarding me.
True.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, my hair is currently purple, as is Sam's, because when we were hanging out in Gwen's town, we had a lot of spare time to do nefarious activities, and one day we were in Boots because Sam needed fucking shaving foam, I think it was. And so we walk around and we see the hair dye section, and we were like, yo, what if we dyed our hair? So Sam decided to dye my hair first. And a lot of things went
Sacrificial
wrong.
porn.
Huh?
The sacrificial porn.
Yeah. The first thing that went wrong is Sam was like, alright, Ashley, listen. You cannot make me laugh for any of this. And then I realized that if I just went 6'7" in a completely deadpan voice, Sam would start laughing immediately. And like, the problem is I've known Sam for coming on like what, 2.5 years now?
Yeah.
She is like my best friend, and it is, when you know someone as close as I know Sam, it is really hard not to make her laugh, because I just know what makes her tick. You said I bought it myself, can you please explain the waterboarding story from your perspective?
So, when you put hair dye in your hair, you leave it for a while, and then when it's supposed to come out, you're supposed to rinse it out first.
Uh-huh.
Like, and so Ashley decided that instead of putting her head backwards over the tub and me just rinsing it out of her hair, she would sit face down and just have her hair draped over her head and let the water dribble down her face throughout the entire process, which took way too long.
It wasn't really dribbling down my face. It was more so... Hang on, could you please explain from your perspective what I was doing during this?
You were just screaming and writhing. Just in extreme discomfort.
Is that hyperbole, Sam, or is that how you describe what was actually happening?
I mean, you were... It felt like you were on the border of just getting up and running.
From my perspective, I remember at one point I started kicking the wall, and Sam was like, "We can take a break if you want," and I just screamed, "No, just fucking do it, you can't, I'm ready." Yeah, so Sam did that, and here's the thing, we had such a fun experience of me being forced face down for Sam to dye my hair like that we then did it a second time 2 days later.
You say forced, you decided to do it. And even after we dyed my hair, and I did it face up, so that you just washed my hair and no water touched my head, you'd still decided to do it your way the second time. Even after being given absolute proof that my way worked, you just wanted to be waterboarded again.
It was so I wanted to be waterboarded.
Rat giggling.
It just kind of happened.
You had a choice.
I think my favorite part about dyeing Sam's hair is at one point I dyed Sam's hair after we ate dinner, and dinner was like ramen soup with cider. So halfway through dyeing Sam's hair, I had to piss real bad, and we couldn't let Sam leave the bathroom. So I tied a towel around Sam's eyes and just kept going. Just think about the rabbit, Sam. I think we became closer as friends because of that. Graham, do you have any funny stories? Hazing us for the crowd.
I can't do this on command.
You're not Ashley.
No. I'm not a...
See, look, I can do it. Give me a topic and I can immediately come up with a story. It won't be real, but it'll be a story.
I'm not as amazing or talented.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's one of the nicest things Gwen has ever said to me. Normally she keeps going things like, Ashley, that's my property. Please, I have a family. You gotta stop breaking in like this. I told you the payment split is fair. You and Sam get to share the penny. Stop trying to steal it from her.
Look at my fleet.
Gwen, I don't want to look at your fleet. I got 2 of my own.
There's an L in that word.
Yeah, you know what else there is at Ellen?
Yeah? Can you use that in a
Whereabouts?
sentence?
Hey, baby. That's a pretty nice clap.
Can you spell it for us?
Gleh.
There you have it, folks.
Sam, if you're given the option, would you rather have $1 or $2?
$1. I'm not greedy.
Okay. Did you know I have $4 stuck to my wall right now?
Hell yeah.
They're coming with me.
As they should.
Every night?
You're very presumptuous to assume that I do a spooge every night.
I love that there's no question about whether or not they also do one.
This ain't about them. This is about my cum habits. Laurie joins the moment we finish discussing how often I cum. What a wonderful time to join. Stop I'm the one cooking! Stop moving shit! It was set up perfectly for me to do shit.
See, you've moved. She's making caramel.
caramel. And the bin's over there. I guess we don't have that table anymore.
She's made a pie. She's made caramel.
Are we just done? She's gone.
Put it in the sink. Put it in the sink. Not the egg. The egg is the only thing you actually need. Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
I'm so lost. What the fuck is going on?
You have to mix it.
Split it. Place it. Cook it.
I
Yay!
did it. You
This
did
person
it.
wants 2 pancakes. Please plate them up before they catch fire.
Shit.
Can you come round and clean this egg from the sink?
No, we need it, look.
Okay, no mind.
2 fucking pancakes.
Don't hit that.
Stop giving me egg.
Sam, what's an egg?
I don't know.
Okay, I know how to make pancakes. I'm ready. I'm locked in. I'm ready.
Yeah?
Yeah, just trust me. Let's do this.
Oh.
I feel like there could be a potentially better way to have, like, this situation going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, we got this. Let's do it. I'm ready. Egg. Sugar. Flour.
You could take... yeah. I was going to say you
Mix.
could take the egg to the flour and sugar.
Mix. Look, I'm doing it. Yeah. Pancake. Sam, fuck off. This is my purview.
4 fucking pancakes, please.
Sam, this is my world. I am the fuck off. This is my world.
I am the fuck
I
off.
am the
boss.
fuck off.
I am the decider of life and death.
Sam, one of you needs to be in charge of making the thing. The other needs to be in charge of putting the fucking things on plates.
I am the decider of life and death. I've bridged the gap between life and death and given this chicken a shortcut. Do you have problems with frequent urination? Would you like to? I don't know if this is the same for anyone else, but I have a weird thing when it comes to cooking. A lot of the time when it comes to myself, I sort of run out of energy to be able to cook for myself. But if I'm with someone else and I have 0 energy and they're like, I'm hungry, I'm like, alright, cool. I am making you the most complex thing I know if it will make you not hungry and you'll feel better. You know? I just lock the fuck in.
I've acquired a cat.
Like, listen, you hungry, I take care of you. And if I'm romantically interested in that person, they get doubly taken care of, because then I make it with love instead of just effort.
Rather than pits.
What do you mean, rather than Sam? Sam, I bought you dinner for your birthday. I hope you're aware I didn't piss in your food.
Well, thanks.
What do you mean, Arthur? What? I did definitely feel like me and Gwen were your 2 moms during that conversation, like during that dinner, because we were both sitting next to each other where you sort of sat in front of us, and we were like, Sam, don't worry, we're buying you dinner.
Yippee!
It's just like, did you have a good birthday, child?
Yes, Mum, and Mum.
Good. You're going to war tomorrow. No, I usually try to just find out what my partner, like, what their favorite thing is, and then I do my best to just help them with that. So, like, my ex is a pretty big streamer, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it meant that after we broke up, a lot of stuff that was supposed to be private between a couple ended up being public. So that was really cool. But, like, one of her big passions from streaming is just being live and making plans and shit. So I would, like, take on assistant, like, managerial stuff for her, and, like, I would write her schedules and make, like, promo images and all this other stuff for her. It was great.
Magical mystery tour.
Wow. When I was a kid, Magical Mystery Tour always translated to, we're lost as fuck, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to freak you out. One time when I went on a Magical Mystery Tour, I almost died. Anyway. Oh, wait, no, should I mention how I died? That's the most interesting part.
How you died?
Well, how I almost died. I almost got crushed by a trebuchet.
What? What did your
What?
magical mixed tour take you to the 15th century?
Is this a story I should finish, or do I just, like, leave it hanging and no one finds out what I mean?
That is up to you.
So, I was a scout for a while.
Suddenly
And
the trebuchet
one
makes more
thing-
sense.
Huh?
Suddenly the trebuchet makes more sense.
And one thing we did was, like, a physics experiment, and it was, like, teaching us teamwork. So a bunch of people went and built a trebuchet. And I wasn't part of that group who built the trebuchet. But we were, like, really bored one day, so we sort of went on a gay little adventure. And as part of our little adventure, we found where they built the trebuchet. And me being a stupid 13-year-old, decided to go and, like, stand in the middle of the trebuchet. And the guy I was with decided to kick it. And the entire thing fell apart. And I just, like, constricted my body. And it was like that fucking gag from the 1920s where the barn door falls and he's perfectly in the middle. Because the whole thing just fell around me. And I was just standing in the center.
That is actually amazing.
Oh.
The wood was so heavy, the two of us couldn't lift it, like, combined strength. So I'm pretty sure that if it had fallen on me, I probably would have died.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. I am literally the funniest thing to ever happen to you. See, the thing is, right, when I was born, I decided to dump all of my skill points into charisma and none of my points into intelligence. So I reckon I could figure out a way to break into your home and then charisma check my way into explaining why I'm there.
I genuinely thought you were gonna go. I could figure out how to break into your home, but then not figure out how to get out again.
I'm like a fly. I'm just running against the glass door repeatedly.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck is... Help! Ah!
Put it down.
How did this happen?
You just walked around with a bowl of flour for a couple minutes.
What the fuck?
How could this happen to you?
Why are they assembling their own sandwich? What is this?
Why not?
One ingredient at a
this.
time. That's hand delivered to them. This sucks.
This does suck.
This is so bad. Why can't we just make a thing for them? I need to, like, put oil on my chair so it doesn't sound like I'm doing a sound effect. Like, if Gwen ever told a scary story during a Halloween special, she could be like, and then I open the door, and I can, like, add the sound effects, like... I don't really have that much back pain anymore, because I need to show you guys
Did
my
you finally
pillow
start
setup.
wearing a bra for once?
No. These girls, my boys still slap around. They slap fabulous and free.
They run wild and free.
As they should. It's their right. You can always bet that they want ham.
Yeah?
The last guy didn't want ham.
Everyone wants ham. Look, you wanted ham. I told you, everyone wants ham. Much how consent is like a cup of tea. If someone doesn't want tea after you've made it for them, call me. I will drink their tea. I always want a cup of tea. I'm 42. I live with my wife. I don't really care for her. I think I hate my life. I have really funny streamer lore, but I don't know if I should say it on the stream, but it's also really funny if I don't say the name.
Hmm?
So, after me and my ex broke up, we tried being friends, where we'd still, like, chat from time to time and, like, hang out from time to time.
Yeah?
Someone who I had all but 2 conversations with decided to call me on Discord and tell me to excommunicate myself from my ex. And I filmed the whole thing, and at one point she, in no uncertain terms, told me to end my life and told me how to do it. And then she posts on Blue Sky talking about how much she loves like making people happy and being a beacon of positivity. And I think that's really
Excommunicate you from
fucking
your
funny.
ex. Fuck it. Did she
Huh?
think you were dating the Catholic Church?
Well, the way she said it is she was like, you need to understand that your proximity to her is hurting her. Do you know how much she streams? She's doing that because of you. And I was like, no, she was doing that before we broke up. That was actually one of the reasons we broke up.
That was
She's like,
precisely
that's not
the
true,
issue.
actually.
I was there. That was precisely the issue.
Yeah. It was insane. Anyway, I recorded the entire conversation, so if that bitch ever comes to me, I'm releasing it. And that, kids, is what we call political leverage. My favorite prank call I ever did was calling every McDonald's I could find in London and asking if they take reservations. What is this garbage? What the fuck have you done?
So you can just grab, turn, chop, and then I can grab it.
Your mum's a virgin. Don't touch my
'Cause-
stuff.
So much of your stuff ends up on these two back here that I have to stop what I'm doing and run over and grab it. Rather than
Hey, well, when I'm not cooking, I'll ferry stuff towards this side.
Thank you.
And she denies being a puppy girl, chat.
Would you describe me as a puppy girl, Gwen?
No, but you did just bark, snarl, and growl.
But would that make me a puppy girl?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Makes you feral at the very least.
Yeah, we already established that. From the persons I've spoken to that I'm going on a date with, they have both admitted independently of each other that they like me because I have creature energy and I'm funny. So surely I should just keep up the ruse. They can't know that I was actually a
ruse?
Mesa, and they can't know that I was in Mensa, and I'm actually a Oxford professor.
It's been an amazing first stream back. We're going to do some more. We've got things planned.
It's gonna be peak.
It's going to peak.
Peak, you say?
You could say.
Peek, you say?
And there's going to be secrets and some good games,
Lore.
some bad games.
Eat it.
Spoilers.
I know, I'm just gonna start teasing random shit that, like, no one knows the context of. Our fucking cat from The Sims is gonna be here.
Oh yeah, we need to do another Sim stream at some point.
We will do Sims Part 2.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay.
That didn't actually play my Spotify, for fuck's sake. Thank you.
Quickly, everyone admit to the crimes we committed when we were in Gwen's tap.